It's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now on FullerDigital.net. Home and away, if we're covering your team's videos are on FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the game. Thank you for watching our events, and remember, the games are on FullerDigital.net.
And welcome to Hinton, Iowa for Class 2A District 1 regional play here. Tonight, the Blackhawks are taking on the MVAOCOU Rams out of the Western Valley Conference. The winner tonight will advance to Thursday night at West Sioux, Thursday, February 17th. We'll be right back with the starting lineups after this message. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk postseason action.
Digital and personal. You can have both with Prime Bank. Use our app to check balances, pay bills, make transfers, even deposit checks. Earn rewards with YouPick Checking, the only checking account that lets you choose your rewards, points, higher interest, or cash back rewards. And when you need in-person service, Prime Bank has a branch near you with a friendly, experienced staff ready to help. The best tech for when you want to bank from a distance, and the best people close by when you need us. Prime Bank. Earn more your way.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're here, the Class 2A District 1 postseason action as the Blackhawks are hosting the MVAOCOU Rams, otherwise referred to as the Rams the rest of this evening. I'm not saying all those alphabets anymore, but you know who they're playing. So the Rams come in with a 3-18 record, 2-8 in the Western Valley Conference, and their starting lineup for Josh Koenigs is going to look like this. Number 25, Peyton Gress, a freshman, comes in averaging 5.3 points a game. Number 11, Lane Hankey, a junior, averages 2.6 points a game. Number 23, Anthony Newquist, a sophomore, averaging 9.8 points a game. Number 35, Nick Collins, a junior, averages 11.3 points a game. And number 45, Jace Henderson, a freshman, averages 4.8 points a game. Leading rebounder for the Rams, number 35, Nick Collins, at 7.4 rebounds per game. Now for Coach John Spee's Hinton Blackhawks team, they come in at 14-7, 6-3 in the Wargo Conference. John Speed's lineup's going to look like this tonight. Number 12, Carson Pierce, the junior, averaging 10.9 points a game. Number 22, Caleb Holmes, the senior and leading scorer, averaging 23.8 points a game. Number 24, Trey Frank, the senior, averages 6 points a game. Number 32, Landon Lovren, the senior, averaging 6.2 points per game. And number 34, Caden Winters, the junior, averages 4.2 points a game. Landon Lovren and Caden Winters are the leading rebounders at 6.1 points per game for Hinton. Hinton comes in scoring 61.4 points a game, and the Rams come in scoring 30.7 points a game. That's your starting lineups. We'll be back after the national anthem and a message from some of our sponsors. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
For the Blackhawks, junior number 12.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
It's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now on FullerDigital.net. Home and away, if we're covering your team's videos are on FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the game. Thank you for watching our events, and remember, the games are on FullerDigital.net.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as the national anthem is done and we are getting ready to get underway here. We will be in postseason action very soon. Before we get going, reminder, tomorrow night you can tune right here at Fuller Digital Solutions right here on the Blackhawk Network, and you can catch postseason girls action as the girls will be taking on Boyden Hall in their Class 2A Region 1 opening game. So tonight we have boys action. The MVAOCOU Rams in town to take on your Hinton Blackhawks. The winner will advance to Thursday night's quarterfinal at West Sioux. That's Thursday night, February 17th. We'll have that coverage for you right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. And jumping tonight for the Blackhawks, there'll be Landon Lover, number 32. And for the Rams, it's going to be number 35, Nick Collins, the junior. Rams Blackhawks, it's going to be Rams basketball to start it off. 45, Jace Henderson gets that, passes it off to Lane Hankey. Hankey with the ball for the Rams, guarded by Lovren loosely. Now back to Henderson. Henderson passes it back to Peyton Gress. Gives it back to Gress. Gress's three-pointers, no good. Rebounded by Carson Pierce. Pierce quickly ahead to Lovren. Lovren underneath the hoop, up, no good. Kicked around, gathered by Frank. Frank puts it back up and good. And the Blackhawks lead 2-0. Gress with the ball again for the Rams, bringing it up court. Being guarded closely by Pierce, gives it up to Henderson. Now he's going to give that to Collins. Over to Hankey. Hankey drives, cut off by a couple of Blackhawks. Kicks it back to Henderson. Gives it to Newquist. Newquist gives it back to Gress. Back to Hankey. Gives it right back to Henderson. Back to Hankey. Hankey drives, stops at the free throw line, kicks it out. That's going to be a shot by Collins. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Caleb Holmes for the Blackhawks. Holmes feeds Pierce. The 10-footer is nothing but net. And the Blackhawks lead 4-0. Once again, Gress brings the ball back across half court for the Rams. Guarded really close by Pierce. Pierce, aggressive defender, as long as he doesn't pick up any early fouls. That's a good tactic. Holmes now guarding Newquist. Newquist off-balance shots, no good. Rebounded by Lovren. Kicks over to Holmes. Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Pierce. Pierce's three-point shot, in and out, no good. Hustles after his own rebound, and it was touched out of bounds. There's going to be a foul called. That foul is going to be on number 12, Carson Pierce. That'll be his first personal and the team's first. So Hankey will inbound the ball for the Rams. He's going to get it into Gress. Gress brings the ball in the front court, trailing 4-0 here early on. Gives it right back to Hankey. Over to Henderson. Henderson looking for someone to pass to. Pretty tight coverage by the Blackhawks. That pass is tipped and stolen away by Carson Pierce. Over to Frank. Frank gives it right back to Pierce, who launches in the front court to Lovren. Cross-court pass to Caleb Holmes. Feeds Frank down low. It's tipped away out of bounds. It's going to be Blackhawk basketball. Caleb Holmes is inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Lovren. Over to Winters. Holmes decides to back it back out, and the offense resets for the Blackhawks. Over to Carson Pierce. Down to Frank now. Cross-court pass to Lovren. Right back to Frank. Frank steps in. That shot's up and good. Trey Frank has 4 of the 6 points for the Blackhawks. And they lead 6-0. Approaching 5 minutes to go first quarter. Garris with the ball in the front court, gives it up to Henderson. Back to Gress. Now over to Henke. Henke starts to drive. Stops. Now he tries to drive again. Kicks it out to Henderson. Henderson's shot from the free throw line. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Lovren. He kicks it over to Caleb Holmes. Over to Pierce. Down low to Frank. Frank's shot is up and good. And Trey Frank has 6. And the Blackhawks lead 8-0. We have an injury there. Looks like Nick Collins is shaking up a little bit. And checking in the game will be number 31, Mason Coleman. So Coleman checks in the game for the Rams. And number 20, Gavin Nelson's going to also check in for the Blackhawks. Shot is up and good as by Henderson, and the Rams are on the scoreboard. It's going to be a foul number 45, Henderson. That'll be his first personal and the team's first. In the front court, number 11, Lane Henke. Now back to Gress. Gets it over to Coleman. Coleman tries to drive. That pass is stolen away by Carson Pierce. Gets it into Frank. Back out to Bo DeRocher, over to Caleb Holmes. Down low to Nelson, tapped and stolen away. That's going to be rebounded by Henderson. Henderson has the ball in the front court for the Rams. Gives it up to Collins. Now back to Henderson. Henderson's shot's no good. Rebound fought over between Frank and Henderson, and Frank comes away with it for the Blackhawks. 10-2 in favor of the Blackhawks. Now Carson Pierce with the ball in the front court. Feeds Holmes. Holmes' shot is up and good, and the Blackhawks lead by 10. Gets it into Gress for the Rams, and they're going to take a timeout. And with that timeout, we'll take one with them. You're watching Florida Digital Solutions coverage, Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. Blackhawks lead 12-2 here in postseason action, Class 2A. Region 1, the winner of this game will play again Thursday night at West Sioux. That game will be right here for you on Fuller as Gress inbounds the ball to Henke, and he brings the ball up court for the Rams. Now that pass is stolen away by Carter Warden. Warden's pass shot is going to be good. So Carter Warden with the steal and the layup, and he extends the Blackhawk lead. 2:20 to go first quarter. As Gress brings it back to Hankey. Hankey gives it to Henderson. Henderson tries to drive, guarded by Holmes. Holmes knocks it away from him and stolen by Winters. Winters brings the ball in the front court and gives it to Warden. Now over to Nelson. Warden's three-pointer from the corner is off the front of the rim, gathered by Winters. Caden Winters with the rebound for the Blackhawks. Cross-court pass to Holmes. Holmes steps into a three-point shot. That's in and out, no good. Tipped around, gathered by Warden. Warden's putback is good. And the Blackhawks lead 16-2, under 2 minutes to go first quarter. So Blackhawks working the boards good tonight and really kept putting up the pressure, and they lead 16-2 here in the first quarter. Gress now trapped by Warden. Warden taps it away and steals it. Winters gathers from him ahead to Holmes. Holmes' shot is up and good, and the Blackhawks extend that lead to 16. Gress brings the ball back up, and once again we're going to have a timeout by the Rams. We'll take one with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Second down, second down. Try it. I think you really like it. I tried it, and so here I am 17 years later. I love it.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As we're resuming out of a Ram timeout. It's Lane Hankey with the ball for the Rams. Passes over to Henderson in the front court. Back to Hankey. Hankey tries to get the shot off. He's cut off by Bo DeRocher. Back to Henderson, guarded closely by Winters. Trapped in the corner, back to Hankey. Hankey shoots just beyond the free throw line, no good. Pass is batted around and gathered by Gress. Now back to Hankey. Hankey restarts the Rams offense. Over to Gress. Gress gives it up to Henderson. Blackhawks playing tight defense tonight as Winters is right up in the grill of Henderson. Now he gives it back to Gress. Gress off a ball screen, now cut off by DeRocher. Gives it back to Henderson. Henderson thinks about a drive, gives it to Collins. Collins, the Rams' leading scorer, has yet to put any points up tonight. Now Newquist starts to drive, hands it out to Hankey. Hankey starts to drive, guarded by Warden. Over to Hankey. Now that shot's going to be up and good. That basket's going to be by number 25, Peyton Gress. Quickly in the front court for the Blackhawks, Caleb Holmes, three-pointer, no good. And that's how the first period's going to come to conclusion, with the Blackhawks leading 18-4 on Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be right back after this message. You're watching postseason action live from Hinton.
Ryan Stussy at Allstate is an insurance agent you can trust. Ryan's office may be in the Dunes, but he has deep roots in the Hinton community. When choosing your insurance, you want to have someone who views you as more than just a name. We'll listen to your needs and find the solutions that work best for you. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, or recreational, you're in good hands with Ryan Stussy, Allstate Insurance. Give Ryan a call today.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. Blackhawks lead 18-4 after one quarter, heading to the second quarter here. And it looks like coming out of the quarter, it's going to be Blackhawk basketball as Gavin Nelson will inbound from the far side. And it looks like he'll be inbounding that to Carson Pierce. He does so, and we are underway in the second quarter. Over to Landon Lovren. Lovren's three-pointer from the corner of the key is nothing but net. And the Blackhawks extend that lead to 21-4. Gress brings the ball up the court for the Rams. Guarded closely by Pierce. Gives it up to Newquist. Newquist looks for a place to drive, but he's cut off by DeRocher. Back out to Handke. Lovren has Handke locked up. Now Collins with the ball. Turns, spin around jumper at the free throw line. No good. Bo DeRocher rebounds it for the Blackhawks and pushes it up court. Ahead to Nelson. Nelson cross-court pass to DeRocher. DeRocher passes up the three, gives it to Lovren. Back over to Nelson. Back to Lovren, over to Pierce. Pierce looking for a Blackhawk cutter. Decides to dribble around defender and cross-court pass to Lovren. Lovren feeds it low to DeRocher. DeRocher's shot is up, a little strong, rebounded by Winters. Winters kicks it back out to Lovren, who now drives. His floater, no good. Tipped around, gathered by Nelson for the Blackhawks. Over to Winters. Winters kicks it back out to Pierce. Pierce over to DeRocher. DeRocher feeds Winters down low. Cross-court pass to Pierce. A bit high, but Pierce saves it from going out of bounds. Now Pierce gives it up to Lovren. Back to Pierce. Pierce takes a three-pointer from the opposite corner. That's in and out, no good. Rebounded by DeRocher. He's guarded by Collins of the Rams. He gets it away to Winters. Winters feeds it back to Pierce. Pierce drives. The right foot floater is good. So Pierce with a nifty little move there, gets that shot up and good, and the Blackhawks lead by 19 with 6:20 to go, first half. Gress in the front court for the Rams. Feeds Henderson. Henderson guarded by Winters, spins, gets it over to Collins. Back to Henderson. Henderson's turnaround jumper's no good, but he's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 34, Caden Winters. It'll be his first personal and the team's second, I believe. That's going to put Jace Henderson at the line shooting a pair of free throws. He comes in shooting under 50% on the year. First free throw attempt from Henderson is nothing but net. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 24, Trey Frank, and number 22, Caleb Holmes. Second free throw attempt coming up from Henderson. That's also nothing but net. So Henderson has 4 of the Rams' 6 points. Holmes quickly in the front court over to Lovren. Lovren back to Holmes. Holmes drives, stops, passes down to Frank. Frank trapped by a couple of Rams down there, dribbles out of it, gives it back to Holmes, but it's tapped away out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. It's like Trey Frank will inbound the ball from the far side. Holmes gets the ball, looks over the Ram defense, decides to pass it back to Frank. Frank passes up the three-pointer, feeds Lovren at the free throw line. Over to Pierce. Now to Holmes out front, top of the key. He tries to feed Winters and does. Winters kicks it out to Pierce. Pierce drives. That shot's going to be no good, but he's going to draw the foul. That Ram foul is going to be on number 45, Jace Henderson. That's going to be his second personal and the team's second of the half. At the line shooting a pair of free throws, number 12, Carson Pierce. Comes in shooting 71% on the year. Pierce's first free throw is good. The Blackhawks extend their lead. Second free throw upcoming for Carson Pierce. Also good. So Pierce hits a pair of free throws. The Blackhawks lead 25-6, and Pierce has 6 first half points. Quickly, Gress gets the ball for the Rams and brings it up court. Guarded closely by Pierce. Now he gives it into Henderson. Collins from the corner, no good. In and out, rebounded by Lovren. Lovren feeds it ahead to Pierce. Pierce into the front court, drives, passes down low to Holmes. Holmes under the hoop. That shot's up and good. Caleb Holmes has 6 points in the first half, and the Blackhawks lead by 21 with 5 minutes to go first half. Gress into the front court, gets it down to Collins. Collins spins. That shot's no good. A little strong off the back of the rim. That's rebounded by Winters. Winters brings it to Holmes. Holmes resets the Blackhawk offense. Over to Lovren. Lovren starts to drive, kicks it over to Pierce. Now Lovren sets a screen. Pierce drives. His shot's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Trey Frank. Good hustle by Frank there. Gives the Blackhawks another possession. Gives it up to Winters. Winters over to Caleb Holmes. Holmes starts to drive. Passes to Frank. Frank's shot is up and good. So Trey Frank has 10 first half points now. And the Blackhawks extend that lead. Gress brings it back up court for the Rams. Guarded closely by Pierce, having trouble finding an open Ram. Now he does. He passes it to Hankey. Hankey's three-point shot is good. So Hankey gets his first 3 points of the night, and quickly in the front court is Holmes with the basketball for the Blackhawks. Answers with the three of his own. Rattles home, and that extends the Blackhawk lead back to 22. Into the front court is Henderson. Henderson feeds Newquist, and Newquist has a nice, easy move to the basket. Up and good. Quickly back, Holmes has the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Pierce. Pierce drives, stops, shoot. His shot's a little strong. Rebounded by Hankey. Now he's going to feed it to Gress. Gress pushes the ball up the court for the Rams. Tries to get to the hoop. He's cut off and steps out of bounds. It's going to be Blackhawk basketball. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 20, Gavin Nelson, and number 14, Carter Warden. Landon Lovren will inbound the ball to Caleb Holmes, who walks the ball up court for the Blackhawks as we go under 3 minutes to go first half. Over to Warden. Warden cross-court pass to Lovren, feeds Trey Frank down low. Now Lovren crosses clear cross-court to Holmes. Holmes feeds Gavin Nelson under the hoop, and Nelson's shot is up and good. So Blackhawks are working the paint effectively as they lead by 22 here with 2:30 to go first half. Gress with the ball in the front court, and there's going to be a foul called. That'll be on number 20, Gavin Nelson. It'll be the third Blackhawk foul and the first for Gavin Nelson. Checking in the game for the Blackhawks, number 10, Bo DeRocher. As Trey Frank, who's a leading scorer for the Blackhawks, takes a break. A well-deserved break. He's been working the paint. So Gress inbounds the ball for the Rams, gets it into Collins. Collins' shot's no good. Rebounded by Lovren. Lovren pushes the ball up court, gives it up to Holmes. Holmes drives through traffic. His shot's going to be no good, but he's going to draw the foul. That foul's going to be on number 45, Henderson, I believe. That'll be his third personal. And it is. So that's his third personal, and the Rams' fourth this half. That's going to put Caleb Holmes at the line shooting a pair. Came in shooting 70% from the line. First free throw attempt for Holmes is nothing but net. Second free throw attempt coming up for Holmes. Also good. So Holmes hits a pair of free throws, and the Blackhawks lead by 25. Gress with the ball in the front court. Cut off by Warden. Gives it up to Hankey. Hankey tries to feed Collins down low. A little too long, out of bounds. It's going to be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Rams, number 13, Titus Morley. As Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Lovren. Lovren cross-court pass to Warden. Warden gives it back to Lovren. Now Lovren's pass is tipped, and there'll be a foul called. That foul's going to be on number 20, Gavin Nelson. That's his second personal and the team's fourth. Ball quickly inbounded to Gress, and Gress brings the ball into the front court for the Rams. Feeds Collins at the free throw line. No place to go as Nelson's guarding him pretty tightly. Gives it back to Gress. Gress tries to drive. He's cut off by Nelson. Gress gives it up to Morley. He feeds Collins down low. Collins' shot is up and good. So they were able to get the ball into Collins, and he converts quickly in the front court with it as Holmes. He has it tapped away, but there's going to be a foul called. That foul is going to be on number 13, Titus Morley. That's going to be his first personal, and the team's fourth. Holmes gets it into Winters, gives it over to DeRocher. Back to Holmes. Holmes feeds Winter down low. Winter's shot is up and good. So once again, Gress brings the ball back up court for the Rams. MVAOCOU Rams, Maple Valley Anthony Charter Oak Ute. That might be the last time I say that tonight. Now, Bo DeRocher with the ball, picks it up, brings in the front court for the Blackhawks. Gets it over to Gavin Nelson. Over to Winters, feeds Caleb Holmes down low. That shot's up, no good. Rebounded by DeRocher. DeRocher's put back is good. So Blackhawks really working the paint tonight, getting second and third chances, and it's paying off so far as they lead by 26 with 37 seconds to go first half. Newquist with the ball in the front court for the Rams. Spins, and he's going to be called for a travel. It'll be out of bounds, Blackhawk basketball with 31 seconds to go first half. Gavin Nelson inbounds the ball to Caleb Holmes, who gets the ball in the front court. Over to Carter Warden. Three-point shot by Holmes from the corner is nothing but net. And the Blackhawks lead by 30 with 16 seconds to go first half. Gress brings the ball in the front court. Feeds Collins down low. Turnaround jumper. Collins finds the net. That's a tough shot. And that's the way the first half's going to end as the Blackhawks lead 42-15. And leading scores for the Blackhawks in the first half, number 22, Caleb Holmes. Number 24, Trey Franks, chipped in 10 as Holmes had 14. And on the Rams side, the leading scorers, number 35, Nick Collins with 4. Number 45, Jace Henderson had 4. So that's going to do it for first half action. We'll be back in approximately 10 minutes with second half action. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Digital and personal. You can have both with Prime Bank. Use our app to check balances, pay bills, make transfers, even deposit checks. Earn rewards with YouPick Checking, the only checking account that lets you choose your rewards, points, higher interest, or cashback rewards. And when you need in-person service, Prime Bank has a branch near you with a friendly, experienced staff ready to help. The best tech for when you want to bank from a distance, and the best people close by when you need us. Prime Bank. Earn more your way.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now on FullerDigital.net. Home and away, if we're covering your team's videos are on FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the game. Thank you for watching our events, and remember, the games are on FullerDigital.net.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Boys playoff action tonight, Class 2A District 1 opener. The Blackhawks in command here at halftime, just getting ready to start the third quarter. So the winner of this game will advance Thursday night to play at West Sioux, and we'll have coverage for you right here on Fuller Digital Solutions up in West Sioux if Hinton wins. If MVAO has the greatest comeback in history, then we will not have that for you. But right now it looks like Hinton is playing well, so if they can continue this, they'll playing Thursday night at West Sioux, and we'll have that game right for you right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. But we have a second half to go. Blackhawks lead 42-15. It looks like it's going to be Ram basketball. On the court for the Rams is going to be Handke, Gress, Newquist, Collins, and Henderson. On the court for the Blackhawks is going to be Pierce, Holmes, Frank, Lovren, and Winters. Newquist with the ball for the Rams in the front court, over to Gress. Back to Newquist, back to Gress, over to Handke. It's tapped away out of bounds by Carson Pierce. That's going to be Ram basketball. Handke inbounds to Gress, who gets it right back. Now back to Gress. Gress over to Newquist. To Collins now. Back to Handke. To Henderson. Over to Newquist. Collins. And three-point attempt by Gress is no good. Rebounded by Caleb Holmes. Holmes in the front court. Tries to pass to Frank, but Frank had taken off a different direction, and Collins is going to get the steal for the Rams. Gives up to Handke. Handke has the ball in the front court for the Rams. Over to Newquist. Down low to Gress. Kicks it back out to Handke. Now Gress steps out. Over to Newquist. The Blackhawks in a 2-3 zone, making it difficult for the Rams to get inside. Back to Collins. Over to Handke. Handke feeds Newquist, kicks it right back out to Handke. Handke starts to drive, cut off by a couple of Blackhawks. Pierce and Frank, and then his pass is a little long, but it's gathered by Collins before it goes out of bounds. Gress with it now for the Rams. Over to Handke. Down to Collins. Collins' turnaround jumper from the free throw line is good. And the Blackhawks lead by 25 here with 6:15 to go. If the Blackhawks extend this to 35 at any point, it'll be a running clock for the rest of the game. But not there yet, as that pass from Pierce is going out of bounds and Handke tries to save it. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Once again, a reminder, we'll be right back here tomorrow night as the Blackhawk girls start the tournament trail. They're going to take on Boyden Hall here at home, as that pass from Holmes to Winters goes to nobody, as Winters didn't intend for it to be received by him, and it ran right by, and it was stolen by the Rams. Now quickly in the front court, Newquist. Newquist is going to draw the charge. He's going to be called for an offensive foul. That'll be Newquist's first personal foul and the team's first this half. So Pierce inbounds the ball to Holmes. Blackhawks off to a little bit of a slow start in the second half here. Gives it up to Lovren. Lovren gives up to Winters. Over to Pierce. Pierce thinks about a drive, thinks better of it now. Gets it back to Lovren. Over to Winters. Winters cross-court pass to Pierce. Pierce three-pointer from the corner is long, no good. Rebounded by Winters. Winters' putback's no good, but Lovren cleans it up, puts it back up and good, and the Blackhawks extend that lead. Back to Hankey. Hankey for the Rams. Gives it to Newquist at the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Lovren. Lovren now brings the ball up court. Crosses into the front court. Lovren still with the ball. Gives it to Pierce, cutting on the baseline. Back out to Holmes. Over to Lovren. Lovren cross-court pass to Holmes. Feeds Pierce down low. Pierce feeds Winters on the cut. Nice pass. That basket's up and good. And the Blackhawks extend that lead to 29. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Gress with the ball, guarded by Pierce. Pierce steals it away, feeds Holmes in the front court. That shot's up and good. Off balance layup by Holmes. Finds its way to the bottom of the net. Now Gress brings the ball back up court for the Blackhawks. Pierce picks him up right at half court. Now Holmes traps him. Over to Hankey. Hankey gives it out to Collins. Collins tries to feed Gress, does so. Gress's shot from the inside the free throw line is no good. Lovren rebounds it, gives it to Winters. Winters kicks it out to Holmes. Holmes' three-point shot from the corner of the key is good. And he's going to draw a foul. So Holmes is going to the line to complete the 4-point play. That foul is going to be on number 45, Jace Henderson. That's going to be his fourth personal. Well, that'll be on 35. They're calling on Collins, I guess. It'll be on Nick Collins. His first, team second. And Caleb Holmes' free throw rings around the rosy and is good. And that's the magic mark, folks. That's worth the 35-point rule. So the clock will be running now except for free throws unless the Rams get it under 25. Collins with the ball in the front court for the Rams. Gives it up to Gress. Gets it back, gives it over to Newquist. Back to Gress. Over to Newquist. That pass is off of a Blackhawk, gathered by Pierce. Now it's a loose ball on the ground, back to Frank. Frank stands up, passes over to Lovren. Lovren dribbles the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Holmes. Holmes, deep three-point shot, no good. In and out, rebounded by Frank. Frank feeds Pierce underneath. He's going to be fouled on the floor before that basket. That Ram foul is going to be on number 35, Nick Collins. That's going to be his second personal and the team's third. Gavin Nelson checks in, inbounds the ball from Holmes to Nelson. Nelson's three-pointer finds nothing at the bottom of the net, and the Blackhawks extend that lead. Hankey now inbounds the ball to Gress. Back to Hankey. Feeds it over to Newquist. Newquist spins around, gives it back to Hankey. Back to Newquist. Newquist three-point shot is good. And Carson Pierce gets the ball for the Blackhawks into the front court, over to Holmes. Down low to Frank. Frank's turned around, shot is up and good. Trey Frank with 12 tonight. Had a big first half on the boards. Now Gress is double teamed by Pierce and Holmes, but gets it away. Gets it right back now. His three-pointer is going to be long and rebounded by DeRocher. DeRocher kicks it to Holmes. Holmes feeds Pierce in the front court. Too long, out of bounds. It's going to be Ram basketball. Checking in for the Blackhawks, number 42, Jared Kerwin, and number 14, Carter Warden. As Gress inbounds the ball to Hankey and gets it right back for the Rams. Over to Collins, back to Newquist. Newquist deep three-pointers, no good. Tipped around, gathered by DeRocher for the Blackhawks. Kicks it over to Holmes. Holmes brings in the front court. Back to Nelson. Nelson right back to Holmes. Holmes drives baseline. Shot, reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Kerwin. Kerwin spins around, kicks it out to Nelson. He gives it to Warden. Warden backs away from Newquist and gives it back to Nelson. Nelson drives. Feeds it to DeRocher. DeRocher is going to be fouled. That foul will be on number 45, Jace Henderson. That'll be his fourth and the team's fourth this half. At the line, shooting a pair of free throws is number 10, Bo DeRocher. Bo comes in shooting 82% from the line. First free throw attempt from DeRocher is good. So DeRocher extends the Blackhawk lead. Checking back in the games for the Rams, number 13, Titus Morley. DeRocher sinks the second free throw. And checking in for the Blackhawks is number 12, Carson Pierce, as Holmes takes a seat. Holmes has 20 points this evening. That might be it for him, as the Blackhawks are pretty assured of moving on now, and they don't want anything to happen to him. Collins' turnaround jumper at the free throw line is in and out. Gathered by Pierce and brought into the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Nelson. Nelson's three-pointer from the corner of the key, in and out, no good. DeRocher's rebound and putback is good. And DeRocher will be right back at the free throw line with the old-fashioned three-point play. That foul is going to be on number 35, Nick Collins. That'll be Nick's third personal and the team's fifth. Free throw for DeRocher is good. So Bo DeRocher with 8 points off the bench tonight. Gress with the ball in the front court, over to Hankey. To Collins, back to Hankey. Over to Morley. Morley in the corner, guarded closely by DeRocher. Tries to feed down low. It's out of bounds on the baseline. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. 56 seconds to go, third quarter and running, as we have a running clock as the Blackhawks lead by more than 35. Ahead to Kerwin. Jared Kerwin feeds Bo DeRocher down low. It's tapped away, regathered by Kerwin momentarily, and Kerwin's shot's no good, but he's going to be fouled. So Jared Kerwin will be at the free throw line shooting a pair. That foul is going to be number 35, Nick Collins. That'll be his fourth and the team's sixth. At the line shooting two for the Blackhawks. Number 42, Jared Kerwin, the senior, comes in 50% from the free throw line. First free throw attempt for Kerwin. Rattles around and is good. Kerwin gets a standing ovation. One of the crowd favorites. Jared Kerwin's second free throw attempt. That's off the front of the rim, rebounded by Collins. Collins gives it over to Hankey for the Rams. In the front court, over to Gress. Back to Hankey, who loses control, and it's going to be an over and back. So it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Rams now, number 41, Will Forbes. Nelson inbounds the ball, gets it to Pierce. Pierce gives it to Warden. Warden back to Pierce. 11 seconds and counting. Now Pierce over to Nelson, down low to DeRocher. Tries to feed Kerwin, it's kicked. Clock's running, they may not get a shot off here as we have 2-1. That's gonna do it for the end of the third quarter. Blackhawks lead 63-20. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. We'll be right back after this message from Fuller Digital Solutions.
Second out, second out. Try it. I think you really like it. I tried it, and so here I am 17 years later. I love it.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back out of the timeout to end the third quarter, and quickly Trey Frank with the basket up and good for the Blackhawks as they extend that lead. Running clock here as the Blackhawks lead 65-20 in the fourth quarter, and now I think it's pretty safe to say Thursday night, the Blackhawks will be at West Sioux. That coverage of that game will be right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. As Lovren inbounds the ball front to Caden Winters. Caden Winters will draw the foul and be at the line shooting a pair. That Ram foul is going to be on 13, Titus Morley. That'll be his second personal in the team seventh. At the line shooting two is Caden Winters. Caden Winters, the junior, comes in shooting 68% from the free throw line. First free throw attempt from Winters is good. His second free throw attempt coming up for Winters. And a reminder, right here tomorrow night on Fuller Digital Solutions, we'll have coverage of the girls' postseason play as they open up against Boyden Hall. The Comets come to town tomorrow night, taking on your Blackhawk girls. And Lovren gets the rebound on the missed free throw by Winters, and he's fouled. That foul is going to be on number 41, Will Forbes. That'll be Forbes' first personal and the team's 8th this half. At the free throw line, shooting a pair is going to be Landon Lovren, who comes in shooting under 50% in the free throw line. Misses the first one. Second free throw attempt for Lovren. That one's good. So Hankey inbounds the ball to Gress, and Gress walks the ball in the front court. Over to Newquist. Now that pass is going to be stolen away by Nelson, picked up by Kerwin. Now Morley steals it back for the Rams, and he might be fouled here. That foul is going to be on number 42, Jarrett Kerwin. That'll be his first personal and the team's first this half. Checking in for the Rams is number 31, Mason Coleman. A host of Blackhawks checking in. Number 40, Ty Jones. Number 30 is Trey Frank. Number 50 is Carter Allen. I believe that's the only new faces checking in, as Kerwin and Warden stay in. Into Coleman. Right back to Hankey. Hankey feeds Coleman. He tries to feed down low to Forbes. That ball is slapped away out of bounds by the Blackhawks. It'll be Ram basketball. 6:20 and counting here in the game as the Blackhawks looking to move on to Thursday night, taking on West Sioux Falcons in second round action. Rams inbound the basketball. It's Gress. He gets it into Forbes. Forbes gives it back to Gress. Over to Morley. Back to Forbes. Coleman. Coleman gives it up to Hankey. That pass is tipped away by Ty Jones. Gathered by Warden. Warden feeds back to Jones. Saves it from going out of bounds. Gives it up to Carter Allen. Gives it back to Jones. Over to Frank. Frank feeds Jarrett Kerwin down low, and Kerwin gets the basket up and good. He gets a standing ovation by the Blackhawk faithful. Jarrett Kerwin, one of the seniors, playing probably his last home game tonight. Unless there's some upsets in postseason action, this is probably the final home game for the Blackhawk seniors. That shot by Morley for the Rams is no good. Over to Trey Frank. Now Ty Jones. Ty Jones looks to drive, passes to Kerwin. Kerwin feeds Frank. It's off his hands, a little too hot, out of bounds. It's going to be Ram basketball, and checking in for the Rams is number 15, Peyton Robus. Robus will be inbounding the ball for the Rams. A lot of Blackhawk seniors playing their last home game unless something changes in postseason. Gavin Nelson, senior. Caleb Holmes, senior. Trey Frank, senior. Landon Lovren, senior. Jarrett Kerwin, senior. Those are all Blackhawk seniors playing their last home game unless they win and there's some upsets in the future. They've had some pretty good careers collectively, and a guy like Caleb Holmes has had one heck of a career individually. That shot by Kerwin's in and out, rebounded by Trey Frank, puts it back up and good. Blackhawks continue to add to their lead as Gress brings it back in the front court for the Rams. Over to Robus. Now to Morley. Gets it to Coleman. Over to Forbes. Morley gives it back to Gress. Back to Coleman. Coleman over to Morey. That pass is off Robus's hands, gathered by Warden, and Warden takes to the hoop. It's up and in, it's good. Gress brings the ball up court for the Rams once again. Over to Robus. Over to Morley. Back to Coleman. Over to Morley. Morley drives. The ball's kicked around, gathered by Carter Allen. Jones tries to pass it to Warden. It's stolen away by Gress. Gress goes up for the shot. Is going to be good. So Peyton Gress gets the steal and layup for the Rams. He's just a freshman, so the Rams do have a lot of returning players next year. A lot of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors in their lineup. Now Kerwin underneath has the shot blocked out of bounds. It's going to be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Rams now is number 33, Caden Wonder, another freshman. As Carter Warden will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Carter Allen. Over to Jones. Back to Allen. Allen, three-point shot. No good. Trey Frank tries to save it from going out of bounds. It's going to be Ram basketball, as we have 2:25 to go in the game. Coleman inbounds the ball to Gress. Gress brings the ball up the court for the Blackhawks. Over to Morley. Kicks it out to Coleman. Now to Gress. Gress cut off by Allen. Has it tapped away. Gets it right back. Passes out to Coleman. Back to Gress. Over to Forbes. 2 minutes to go in the game now. Coleman passes over to Forbes for the Rams. Feeds it down low to Wonder. Wonder spins around. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Trey Frank for the Blackhawks. Or it's Colt Frank, sorry. Colt Frank, the sophomore. And now Morley gets the ball from the Rams in the front court. He's going to be fouled on the floor before he can get the shot off. That foul is going to be on number 42, Jarrett Kerwin. That should be his second personal, I believe. And the team's second. It'll be Gress will inbound the ball for the Rams. Gets it in. That pass is going to be stolen by Carter Warden. Warden to the other end. Shot is up and good. Carter Warden has 8 points off the bench for the Blackhawks tonight. So lots of people contributing to this all-around scoring tonight as the Blackhawks have 75 so far with under a minute to go in the game. Now Gress takes a three-pointer for the Rams. A little too long. Gathered by Jones. Jones feeds it over to Colt Frank. Frank comes in the front court. Over to Warden. Warden cross-court pass to Jarrett Kerwin. Tries to feed Allen down low, but it gets away from him. Picked up by Morley for the Rams. Morley gives it over to Coleman. Back to Gress, over to Morley. Back to Forbes. Forbes' three-point shot is good. So Forbes gets into the scorebook. According to my roster, he's a senior for the Rams, so hits a three in his last game. That'll feel good for him. Warden with the ball for the Blackhawks as we have 13 seconds to go. That pass is stolen away by Wonder. Now Morley passes it to Coleman. Coleman's shot's no good. Gets his own rebound. Tries to pass it to Wonder. Does. Wonder's shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Carter Warden. And that's going to do it as the Blackhawks are going to move on in postseason play. Leading scorer tonight for the Blackhawks, number 22, Caleb Holmes. Number 24, Trey Frank added 14. And Carter Warden off the bench added 8. Bo DeRocher added 8. For the Rams, leading scorer is number 35, Nick Collins with 6. Number 23, Anthony Newquist chipped in 5. And number 45, Jace Henderson, and number 25, Peyton Gress, each scored 4 points apiece. So the Blackhawks are going to move on Thursday night. They're going to face the West Sioux Falcons up in Haywarden. And we'll have that coverage for you right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. So make sure you like this page if you're following it for the first time, or if you want to keep following it and be notified of every time the Blackhawks go live. We'll also be back here tomorrow night as the girls take the tournament trail. They're hosting Boyden Hall in first-round Class 2A action. So that's going to do it tonight from Hinton. The Blackhawks move on in postseason play as they get the 75-25 win over the MVAOCOU Rams. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow night from Hinton. You've been watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.